as you're very rightly pointing out, the rapid movement of the Russian troops that is also taking place. But right now, we're being joined by two very special guests right now. Anena, in fact, who's joining us from Kharkiv in Ukraine, and she is also from Karnataka, and her mother, Sandhya, also joining us from Karnataka as well. I welcome you both for joining us here. I thank you for joining us. Anena, to you first, what is the situation like? How many other students are with you? Could you talk to us about what do you see around you? What is the experience been like? What have you seen around you right now?
I'm in the metro station right now, underground metro station. We're here for the shelter, and there's locals and students also here. I'm not sure of the number, but I think we are around 300 to 400 people inside the metro station. And since yesterday, there has been regular shelling going on. And the situation is really bad. We can't travel to the borders, and there's no way to go to Poland or anywhere. So we're just stuck here and not sure about the food supply or water supply.
And Anena, another question to you before we go and ask a question to Sandhya, your mother as well. Have you been able to get in touch with the authorities and embassy as well? And what about your necessary supplies of food and other things? What is the situation like around you?
We've not been able to get in touch with the embassy. We've only been told to stay in the underground metros for safety, not to leave the place. And about food, people are fighting in the grocery stores for food. Food is not available to us, and even water is not that available to us. People are fighting. There's a huge queue for water, and also in the grocery stores, so we can't access. There's no access to food or water, and only water is available in the metro stations, but nothing else.
Anena, also I want to ask you, there has been a lot of assurance that is being given by the Indian agencies and the embassy also that has now said that you should not venture out. But I also want to ask you, how many other students are with you right now? And also, because your mother is also joining us on this broadcast, have you been able to be in touch with your family back home as well?
Yeah, I've been in touch, but we're not allowed to video call anybody, and we're supposed to keep our phones off for a certain time. We've been getting orders from the officials to keep our phones off, not to contact anybody. And I think there are around 50 to 60 Indian students here in this metro station. Everybody is in different metro stations, underground tunnels or bunkers. That's how we are surviving right now.
And Sandhya, if I can ask you one question as well, have you been able to stay in constant touch with Anena, and have you also tried to reach out to the ministry in concern, because the government has been issuing fresh advisories with every hour, specifically talking about the students as well as students and your family members like yourself, like your daughters?
Yes, we are actually connected with my daughter as well as one more student who's staying in the Kyiv, and even the local the authorities and the DC and all, they are in touch with us, and they are assured that they will try to get the students back to our Mangalore.
Well, I have a few more questions for you before we wrap up this broadcast as well. But Anena, we have seen how there have been several parts of Ukraine, in fact, that have been, we see a rapid movement of Russian troops as well. And has there also been any communication from the authorities there with respect to your movement or your evacuation or your safety, or you being moved to bunkers as well, because that is also something that we see Indian nationals being given help with?
No, the authorities have not contacted us anything regarding the movement, but the bunkers are either under the hostel or 5 minutes walk from the hostels. So the one I'm in currently is a metro station, which is a 5-minute walk from my hostel. And regarding the other things, public transport is closed, airways, railways, everything is closed. So there's no update on transport or evacuation.
And Anana, another question to you. What have you been experiencing and witnessing since the past few days, specifically talking about the last 24 hours? Have you witnessed more activity or sounds? Because we have our reporters on ground who have been showing us how they have been constantly hearing sounds of missiles and attacks and other things.
Like it started at around 11 a.m. yesterday morning. Like it was behind my hostel. We could hear missiles were dropped. I think 8 to 10 of them were dropped. And then since then there has been continuous shelling happening, and we've been hearing sounds till at least 12 a.m. in the night, 12 to 1 a.m. in the night. Like we could hear it continuously. And it's been really hard on us. Like there's no water supply, food supply. And it's very cold inside. Like it's been snowing since yesterday. And the metros are very cold. There are no heaters here. It's very hard.
Well, Sandhya, to you now. I also want to ask you, because we do see that Indian officials reaching out to Indian students and nationals who have been stranded in Ukraine. But has there been any communication to you in India, in Karnataka, where you're from, where you're joining us from right now? Any authorities that have reached out to you? Any assurance that has also been given to you about the same?
No, only the MLA as well as the DC has communicated with us. Otherwise, no other communication from other departments as such now. And the thing is, I don't even, actually my daughter is staying the Russian border, but right now the evacuation is planning western border. So there is no clarity about the eastern side.
And Anana, another question to you. How many people are there with you where currently you are, in fact, live with us from? You have stated that you are stranded in a metro station, underground metro station. Do you have a lot of people around you? If you can share more information on that.
Yeah, there are around 300 to 400 people here, like including students from other countries and also locals, Ukrainians. There are around 300 to 400 of us.
Right.
Well, also, Anana and Sandhya, we have been told by the Indian agencies that there is an Air India flight as well that has left from Mumbai, and there might be several other flights that will be, given for evacuation of the Indian nationals. Have you been told about anything about that as well, Anana or Sandhya?
Not yet.
Yeah. We've been informed that there are flights, but the thing is, they're evacuating students from the western border, but they're on the eastern border. We cannot transport to the eastern border since roadways is closed. There's no transport available for us. So that's the problem right now.
And thank you. And thank you so much, Anana and Sandhya, for joining us here on Republic TV and sharing your message with us. We do hope that you reach out and you return back to your home India soon. And there is help, and stay safe. And we wish you all the best.